In a milestone that could redefine modern warfare, Israel has unveiled the Iron Beam, the world's first operational high-energy laser defense system. A weapon that fires beams of light faster than the eye can see, vaporizing incoming threats in mere seconds. This isn't a concept or a prototype. It's real, combat-ready, and has already proven itself in live-fire tests against rockets, drones, mortars, and even aircraft. Developed by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems in partnership with Elbit Systems, the Iron Beam marks a historic turning point in the evolution of national defense, one that could make traditional missile warfare economically obsolete. The dawn of the laser age. For decades, militaries across the globe, from the United States to China and Russia, have poured billions into developing reliable directed energy weapons. These futuristic systems promised speed-of-light interception, but persistent challenges in energy generation, tracking, and scaling kept them confined to laboratories. Israel, however, had an existential motivation. With hostile forces on nearly every border and constant rocket fire from terrorist organizations, the country faced relentless pressure to innovate. Out of that necessity emerged the Iron Beam, not as a luxury but as a lifeline. After years of secret testing and incremental breakthroughs, Israel's Ministry of Defense announced in September 2025 that the Iron Beam is fully operational and ready for deployment. It is the first functional laser-based air defense system anywhere on Earth. The science behind the beam. At the heart of the Iron Beam is a 100-kilowatt solid-state laser, a concentrated column of light capable of superheating and destroying airborne threats in milliseconds. Unlike conventional interceptors that rely on physical projectiles, the Iron Beam uses directed energy, meaning it requires no ammunition, no reload time, and almost no logistical footprint. But the real revolution lies in its economics. While a single Iron Dome missile interceptor costs tens of thousands of dollars, each Iron Beam shot costs less than $5, the price of a cup of coffee. As Defense Minister Israel Katz put it, "We've created a defense system that intercepts faster, more precisely, and at a fraction of the cost." This is not just innovation, it's transformation. Integrating into Israel's defense web. Israel's air defense is often described as a multi-layered shield, consisting of the Iron Dome, David's Sling, and Arrow systems. Each one covers a different range and altitude of threats. The Iron Beam is designed to complement, not replace, these existing systems. It fits into the lowest tier of defense, intercepting short-range rockets, artillery shells, and drones that Iron Dome would otherwise handle, but at a vastly reduced cost. By the end of 2025, Israel plans to deploy Iron Beam batteries nationwide, creating a seamless, hybrid defense network. This integration ensures that when weather or other factors reduce the laser's effectiveness, traditional interceptors can step in. Rafael describes this as a layered synergy of kinetic and directed energy, a phrase that encapsulates Israel's defense philosophy. Every layer protects the one above it. Forged in fire. To understand the urgency behind the Iron Beam, one must look at the events of the past 2 years. In October 2023, Israel faced one of the darkest days in its history. Over 1,200 civilians were murdered, 250 kidnapped, and thousands of rockets were launched in a single day during a brutal terrorist invasion. Since then, Israel has fought on multiple fronts, confronting waves of drone and missile attacks from both state and non-state adversaries. Despite the Iron Dome's success, intercepting thousands of projectiles, the financial and logistical toll was immense. Every Iron Dome interceptor costs around $50,000. With enemies launching thousands of rockets made for a few $100s each, the math simply didn't add up. The Iron Beam changes that equation completely. As long as it has power, it can fire indefinitely, and cheaply, from science fiction to reality. For decades, the idea of using lasers in combat was dismissed as science fiction. The concept appeared in movies long before it was even remotely feasible in engineering terms. But Israel has now turned imagination into reality. In field demonstrations, the Iron Beam successfully targeted and destroyed mortars, drones, and rockets mid-air. Its laser beam invisible to the naked eye until the target erupted into flame. Observers described the tests as surreal, a silent flash of light followed by the disintegration of the target. Rafael released footage showing the Iron Beam's precision, its beam tracking targets across the sky with almost supernatural accuracy. The system operates autonomously, detecting, locking, and neutralizing threats without human delay. As one defense engineer put it, it's like bringing a lightsaber to a gunfight. Challenges in the clouds. Even revolutionary technology has limitations. Lasers require clear weather to perform optimally. Heavy clouds, fog, dust, or rain can scatter or weaken the beam, reducing its effective range. But Israel is already working on solutions. Advanced tracking algorithms, adaptive optics, and higher power variants, such as the rumored Iron Beam 450 model, are in testing phases. In parallel, the Iron Beam is being developed for maritime and aerial platforms, allowing ships and aircraft to defend themselves using the same laser technology. Experts say these challenges are transitional. Every generation of technology starts with limitations, explains defense analyst Dr. Yossi Cohen. Radar, missiles, drones, all had their skeptics. Lasers are simply the next evolution. Economic and strategic impact. The financial implications are staggering. In traditional missile defense, an attacker can bankrupt a defender simply by launching cheap rockets in large numbers. The Iron Beam breaks this paradigm. With a cost per shot that's practically negligible, Israel can now defend indefinitely without depleting its budget or ammunition reserves. This not only gives Israel a defensive edge, but also restores deterrence. Enemies can no longer rely on the economic asymmetry of low-cost attacks. Furthermore, Israel's success opens a new global market for directed energy systems. Several countries, including the United States and India, have expressed interest in cooperation or technology sharing. For Israel, this could mean not only enhanced security, but also an economic windfall in the defense export sector. A symbol of sovereignty. In recent years, as Israel has faced mounting diplomatic isolation, the Iron Beam has taken on symbolic meaning beyond its military use. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu framed the system as a declaration of independence. We have learned that no one will defend the Jewish state if we do not defend ourselves. The Iron Beam is proof that Israel's security will always rest in Israeli hands. This philosophy, self-reliance through innovation, has guided Israel since its founding. From the creation of the Iron Dome to the cyber defense revolution, the nation has consistently turned adversity into invention. The Iron Beam represents the culmination of that ethos, a shield born of necessity, forged in innovation, and powered by light. A new era for warfare. The arrival of the Iron Beam doesn't just change Israel's defense, it changes warfare itself. For over a century, military power has been measured in tons. Bombs dropped, missiles launched, and tanks deployed. The Iron Beam shifts that balance to watts and electrons. In this new paradigm, the most decisive weapon is not explosive, but invisible. It strikes at the speed of light with precision so fine that collateral damage becomes negligible. Analysts predict that within a decade, laser-based defense grids will become standard across technologically advanced nations. Israel, once again, has set the precedent. The road ahead. Rafael and the Israeli Ministry of Defense continue to refine the system, exploring higher energy versions and mobile units that could protect both cities and troops in the field. The next challenge is scaling, ensuring that Iron Beam batteries can be mass-produced, deployed across multiple theaters, and integrated seamlessly with radar and command systems. Meanwhile, adversaries will undoubtedly adapt, developing countermeasures such as reflective coatings or swarm tactics. Yet for now, Israel holds a decisive edge in a field that others have only dreamed of mastering. What do you think about the Iron Beam? Could this laser shield make traditional missiles obsolete? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one of them. If you enjoyed this deep dive into cutting-edge defense tech, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.